morning, good morning. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Good morning. Don't know, maybe you. Good morning, D. See that, D? We already have a volunteer for next month's phone bill. That name has got to be, yeah, got to be Sam. Somebody. Somebody likes to wake up and anyway. Let's do our best to make it through this month, and we'll worry about what next month brings. Man, oh man. Supposed to be nice and pretty. I think today. Maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. Looks like it's going to be today, though. It just don't look like we got any clouds, which is good. I need to go to. I need to go to Calipat. I drive all the way out to Calipat to get anything at a decent price. And we're gonna go up to the dollar store and get some groceries we needed from over there. A few things we need to get. We didn't get at Walmart. Man, Walmart was so packed the other day. Uh-oh, Popo's going into the slabs again. Oh, yeah. And you just going to keep this up nonstop? I am working on a job. I am working on everything that I've got to be working on. And so far, y'all seem to work on, well, nothing. So, oh, look at that, D. You're the only one left. Oh, man. I do have applications in. Unfortunately, I cannot share any progress with y'all since some jackass wants to go and call ahead of places that I'm applying for. Asking them if they had, or if I come up there applying. They don't like that stuff. Some stranger calls them wanting to know if somebody applied and wants to try to voluntarily give them all kinds of hateful information about the person. They really don't care for that, and they don't want the drama, and they don't want it coming into their establishment. So they're not going to hire me if somebody keeps calling ahead of me. Ain't nobody called Walmart yet, but I'm sure whoever's doing that, which I'm pretty sure I know who, is bound to be doing that pretty soon too. But they got the places here and in Calipat. Yep, I've already been explained similar stories 3 different times. So, no, you're not going to get any updates. Places around Slab City. I hope you don't use that abundance amount of knowledge that you seem to have right now when you call, because I'm pretty sure that's why everything's getting messed up. Ain't nobody calling around Slab City. Who's calling around Slab City? That's not what I said. Calipat. Calipat. The closest bigger town. Well, That's what you think. I ain't got nothing to prove to you. There you go. Bye bye. Oh, man. And usually, from my experience, D, if I'm not mistaken, it's usually the ones that talk the most about it that is doing it. That's the kind of childish mentality we have. If you get blocked, you gotta retaliate like some freaking kindergartner. And that's what happened. Somebody got blocked and got all pissy about it and has a 2 year old attitude about it instead of wanting to come in and act right. They got blocked and got irritated, and now they want to try messing with me nonstop. Well, I can't get my narrative through on their live stream. Then I'm gonna get my narrative however I have to. Yeah, that's the mentality of it. Golly, first thing in the morning. Oh man, Miss D, if you happen to see any of that, you're more than welcome to wipe it out. Get them out of there if they want to act like that. That drives me completely insane. I come out here freezing my butt off and trying to trying to give the videos for sunrise or sunset. All they want to do is aggravate. How are you doing, D? Did you happen to catch that video with yesterday with Chris, my cousin? Yeah, he's wanting to he's wanting to build a channel real quick, so help him out if you can. Subscribe to him. Ain't nobody lying. Go away, Sam. Go away. Here she comes. Good morning. How are you? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, the Carney days. Yeah. Those would be stories that you should listen to when we have the hangout with cousin Chris, because we're going to get into a lot of them Carney days. Okay, give us something if you want something in return. I'm not getting tangled up in this conversation like this because well, I guess he'll have to get better service, won't he? Oh, I do give. I give about every day. I give what I can. Yeah, we're working on it. Golly. Keep going. Come on. You got absolutely no subscribers, and you came to YouTube a day ago, which tells me you're more than likely uh, uh, there's there's one story. I'll tell you a story. I'll go ahead and feed into this. Uh, Mike, he's a Big Mike. He's the owner of the carnival show that we worked on for the longest time, and um, anyway, we're all on our games and on our rides and stuff like that. And, we're all minding our own business, just running our ride, running our games, and things like that. And all of a sudden, we heard this high pitched squealing that sounded like a woman screaming, and I mean screaming bloody murder. And then there was a couple of guys um, hollering something, stop, 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 or something. And so anyway, we're carnies. They're all a family. They're if one's in trouble, they're all coming. We all come running, and we was running in the way of the concession stand. I mean, not the concession stand, but the where you buy the tickets, the money booth. And the closer I got, the more I realized that there's this uh rather good size um white guy standing at the window, screaming like a little girl and squirming every which way. When we got there and finally got a hold of him and went to pull him back because he had his arm in the window, we realized what was going on. This dude had shoved a gun in his arm in the ticket booth, and Big Mike was in there collecting money for the tickets and stuff, and he shoves his gun in there, tried to rob him. He shoved the gun and his hand inside of the ticket booth. That is about the dumbest, stupidest thing I've ever heard of anybody doing. But he did it. And Big Mike snatched the gun from his hand, grabbed his arm, and pulled on it and would not let go. Big Mike's a big old dude. He bared back on his arm, and his arm was like literally cutting into the glass part of it, and he's holding on to it. And that dude is just screaming everything he could. He can't get his arm out. Most of us didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to think about that. The rest of us with our sixth sense of humor couldn't do nothing but laugh. I was part of that group. And a couple of a couple of the bigger guys was over there trying to pull the guy out, and a couple of them were laughing too. Yeah, they beat the crap out of that poor dude. They beat the ever living crap out of him all the way out the show. The thing about it is the cops just stood there. When they seen what was going on, they just stood there. They're just literally just stood there watching. And they never really got into our messes. You know, carnies have a, they have they have the, how do I put it, pack mentality, like a pack of wolves. They're very, very, very territorial over. Uh, it's probably one of the safest places to be. A lot of people think, "Oh man, you can't run with a carnivore; it's not safe." Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. If if you're good with them and you're considered part of the family, you are perfectly safe. Okay, that is not English. Yep. Good morning, Christian. How are you? And Jordan Mesa. Ah, thank you, thank you. Johnny West, how are you? Wonderful. I'm glad everybody started coming in. I was almost talking to myself. Yes, will have been. Well, the sun is rising. Yeah, we ended up. Well, yeah, we asked swear to dude all the way out. Funny thing about it was um, Big Mike ended up keeping the guy's gun. I think he kept. They, yeah. Anyway, shit like that didn't happen very often out there. Talk about talk about protective. No, I'm not going to tell that story. No, never mind. Never mind. We got to get Chris's thing set up. I'd like to get his reaction on that story because that's part of it. He'll know the people. I think I no, he wasn't there. He wasn't on that show. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. What was he doing? No, that wasn't him. That was Tamat. No, he wasn't there. We both kind of jumped different shows a few times. I worked for Big A Amusements for um, about 2.5 months. One time, Big A Amusements is up the East Coast. um, and then um, Johnson's Amusements was or Big J Amusements. They're shut down now, but they were um, was it Southwest Louisiana area. Yeah, they were a small group. I worked with them for a little while too. That's family. The guy Johnson, Bob Johnson, the one that owned it. After they closed it down, his son took it over. He's up in Chicago now at the old Winter Lots. Um, but the dad, Bob Johnson, the guy that owned it, he ended up uh, down in well close to New Orleans where my grandma was, and they ended up together, and he they're married for I don't know a few years or so before he passed. But like I said, they're all family. I mean, Bob Johnson was my grandpa's best friend back in the day. Uh, uh, anyway, why didn't you get me talking about the carnival? I want to talk about the carnival this morning. Never did get my cousin's info. I don't know how to put it up here. Maybe one of my monitors do. Is my monitor still in here? Any one of them? because I need to put his link up there so everybody could subscribe to him. Everybody that will, it's you can type it in. It's um, Christopher Lambert 2442, I think. Um, has anybody else subscribed to him and has a way of posting the? I tell you what, watch for my post. I'll do a YouTube post on the community board, and I'll put his channel up on a post on the community board. How's that? So just keep an eye open for the post on YouTube, and I'll get to that soon. I'll get to that right away. Let's see. Lena should be getting up here in a little bit. She's gonna want to make coffee and stuff. While she's doing that, I think I'll get that UR thing or whatever it's called, the address for it, or the hell, I can't think this morning. But anyway, yeah, and I'll post it. And anybody else that hasn't subscribed to Chris's channel, please do. He's wanting to 50 subscribers so he can start going live, and I'm telling you, he's got way more of the comical genes. He's he's quite funny when he wants to be. He can keep you laughing for sure, and he has a way of telling stories that are really cool. And we got a lot of them. He wasn't lying the other day. We lived a very unorthodox kind of life. I mean, of course, being raised up around a carnival and around exotic animals and things like that is just, of course, we had a very strange strange upraising. So yeah, we've got stories for days and days and days. I'm not too much on stories, so um, you are. I don't know what I was talking about. You are the say simple words. It's just I can't get the word out. I can't think of the links. I'll put the link. I'll post the link. Couldn't think of the word link. And yes, that gets really bad sometimes. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, and I'll go all around it. Uh, yeah, I think that's probably why I never really tell a lot of stories, is because I don't know if I really want everybody to know. That's why I was saying this is going to be a very embarrassing experience for me. Because my cousin, he ain't got no damn filter, and that little fucker will say everything and anything. He will. He'll tell stories that that, and he's got a memory like an elephant. Because he'll start in on a story, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? And then he'll say something, and it triggers the memory, and oh yeah, yep, that's what happened. I don't like reminiscing with him too much. I blocked out my childhood for the most part. My childhood was crazy. His was worse though. I had a very loving dad, and he had a very disturbed homestead. He used to come and stay with us for a while when it'd get too bad. Aunt Prissy would send him over to stay with us for sometimes a month or so. And sometimes I got to go and stay with them. So yeah, we're complete opposites, but yet we were raised like brothers around each other all the time. If we were getting in trouble, it was him. He done suckered me into doing something stupid. Now, if we were doing something really, if we were playing nice and being good, it was because he couldn't convince me into doing something bad yet. he was he was the instigator for a lot of shit when we were kids. I mean, a lot. Yeah, that does explain why. Yeah, I have a. Well, my mom was a. With, well, back in the day, they called them gypsies. So I actually have a sister that has the legal name of Gypsy. Her name is legally Gypsy, and then I also have a brother named Billy Jack. uh, but yeah, I have a sister named Gypsy, and I got, let's see, we got Timmy, Gypsy, BJ, Katie, Billy Jack, Bobby, and Nikki. Yeah, I guess it's Billy Jack and Gypsy are the two that have the unusual names, I guess. Oh, look, we have a psychiatrist on hand. Here we go. He done figured it out. That's what's wrong with me. I stay for. It depends on where. I mean, I stay for several years, but I got to get out and ramble sometimes. I got to get out and move around sometimes. And see, Chris is the same way, and but I don't care for the carnival so much. He loves it. Maybe if I had the job he has now, yeah, it'd be worth it. I'd go and do that. I'd go and run a season on the carnival, and then run the winters. Staying put somewhere. I would in a heartbeat. But crap, no, that's a lot of headache though. Also, but no, I don't always. What I was saying though is he started doing that, and that gives him all the traveling he could possibly handle. He didn't travel quite as much as I did. I mean, he bounced from house to house, but they pretty much stayed down in Louisiana for the most part. He didn't start traveling until he got older. Now, me as a kid, we went to Chicago. What, 3 times a year? We'd travel back and forth that way because we'd go to see uh, my dad's parents, my grandpa and grandma and stuff up in Chicago, and we'd do that, and then we would go with the we'd go um, we'd go out southern Louisiana or northern or eastern Texas, where we worked with some friends of the family, Bob and Delilah. They used to build big Mardi Gras floats and stuff. So they did seasonal work. They had a big shop on the side of the highway, Interstate 10, I believe. And used to go out there and stuff when because my dad would pull the floats through the parades and stuff for them. So yeah, I got to ride in the vehicles in the parades or ride on any float I wanted and stuff. So and when you have you know, when you're raised up in a household that um, always always gets up and goes somewhere and is always going on vacation and is always spending time in other states and always been, always on the road going here and there and everywhere else and they're raised up that way. It's in their it's in their blood. They that's the way they're going to be. If you raise them up in a house where they're in one spot and they've been there all their life, they they're completely comfortable and they would never leave. That's Selena. She was raised up down in um or in Oklahoma, and she didn't do a lot of traveling. It was pretty much, in a couple different houses, but pretty much the same area all the time. And she swore up and down she'd never leave Oklahoma. She only left um because I talked her into going on a trip this far out when we come out here the first time, and she fell in love with it. She loves it. She loves to travel around and see things and stuff like that. You know, like if we had our if my bike was fixed and we had you know something working out to where we had enough income to and everything, then we would take the weekends and the times that we're not working and things, and we would go, you know, um, take a ride to Mexico or take a ride to Salton Sea or take a ride to um, uh, Joshua Tree or we would go places and stuff because we love to do that. And hopefully I'd like to get there to where we can go and take footage of different places and explore different places. Let's see, there's a there's a mountain with a cross on it on the top of it that is over, I don't know, somewhere around Desert Hot Springs, I think, or out that area that I know I've seen, but I didn't walk all the way up it. I only made it up a little ways, um and then I ended up helping a old lady down it, and so I never went all the way up. I'd like to go and do. Uh, we weren't at Bombay Springs, Bombay Beach very long, so we really didn't get a lot of pictures and we didn't get to explore a lot, and things like that. Just feed that appetite for adventure, and yeah, I could stay somewhere for a long time. Good morning. You gave it away, Sam. I know that was you now. The only other one that knows a little bit about carny life to know about that. So, bye bye. Okay. What we got here? Let's see. Good morning, Joys. I went to three elementary schools. Three elementary schools. That's it. Holy crap, man! I done went through probably five of them before I got out of elementary. Maybe six. And three high schools. Oh, I done forgot half of the high schools I've been to. Um, went to Western High School in Tulsa. Nice. Yeah. Oh, okay. How are you? A minute or two. Yeah, I know. He was messing with me earlier with another channel. He wouldn't stop with the nonsense and the negativity first thing, and then he popped up in that whatever that one was. I just timed out. He popped in that one talking normal, and I looked at it. I was like he just made that account yesterday, so it was probably him. I waited and waited. When he made the comment about you only bust your ass 2 days a week with the carnival, I knew it because only the carnies know that it's 2 days a week. You got to worry about the times that you're running. That's not that bad. That's just that's playtime. You know, that's when you get to have fun with the crowd and goof off and do stupid stuff. I mean, things like that. You know, I knew as soon as he said that, I was like, "Yep, that's Sam." Sam's been out on a carnival a time or two. Uh, Elementary schools, yeah, yeah, a lot. And we were somewhat stable home at that time. Uh, oh, let's see. We high schools is what I went through a lot of because I was all over the place. Yeah, into La Maison des Enfants, which is a house of little children, and that's where I went to school for. What is that? Preschool? Um, yeah, elementary. Um, that's where I started. It's a private school. My grandpa in Chicago was paying for to keep me out of the circulation, I guess, kind of thing. Um, but anyhow, a couple years later, they stopped that for whatever reason, which I'm sure Dad got out of whatever trouble he was in or whatever happened or whatever was going on because he was being, he was basically, uh, anyhow, went to, what was that, Dutchtown? Yeah, Dutchtown. Um, and then I ended up going and staying, when Dad had his four-way bypass, they had me for 2 months um, down with where Chris was at. What was that? Um, Gramercy? Yeah, Gramercy. And then after um, after Dad passed, um, for about a month, I stayed at Grandma's, which would have been Thibodeau Elementary, and then I got shipped off to Michigan. I went to Brandywine, and then is anybody counting? Because Brandywine's where I went over to. That's where I went from Brandywine over to the Niles junior high. So that would be when I got out of the. Or Or no, that was the when did that happen? 12, 13. Yeah, start getting a little fuzzy there. I don't remember exactly what. Anyway, I left Michigan. I come back down and ended up uh, another one. But by then I was 14. I was already in. By the time I left Michigan, I was 14. So that was when I got um, started traveling with my mom. She was a traveling evangelist. She went church to church and things like that. And traveled back and forth from Louisiana out here to California. Lived out in a place called Weed Patch outside of um, Bakersfield. We lived in Bakersfield. There's, matter of fact, Bubba was born in Bakersfield. My son, he was born in Bakersfield. Yeah, Dutchtown. I say different from. Yep, always a new kid. Yeah. Matter of fact, Baldwin, Baldwin High School in Florida. That's where I got my. I was always. I don't know. Because I was always quiet. Believe it or not, but I was always picked on. Without indulging too much information, I had certain issues when I was young, and they don't show so much now, and so I don't mention them. But anyway, I was in special ed for a few things, and so they made fun of that quite a bit. But it was the high school when I went in that high school. At that time, I had I had changed everything. I changed the way I dressed, the way I had changed everything. I'd been on the road for a long while, and I had I had long hair on top, had that cut underneath it where you had the ponytail in the back of your head, the and the earring when it was style and had stylish clothes, had the peach fuzz goatee, and anyway, I went to that school and I was instantly popular, and I don't know why. I still to this day have no idea what happened there, but that was um, that was different. That school, and everything, that whole situation was quite a bit different. I kind of livened up quite a bit then, and I got a little more comfortable with being, um, you know, open and talking with people. Shoot, I wish I could tame that down. I'm a little too open. I talk about too much, way too much. Give out way too much information. But I mean, honestly, I have nothing to hide, so why not? I guess. Yeah, I definitely had my fair share of staying guarded. I mean, I do decent if I could stay put. I mean, I mean, uh, anyway. Well, it looks like the sun's all the way up. I think Selena should be getting up any moment. I'm gonna wake her up. She must have been up all night. Oh, it's only 7:30. Good. We gotta get ready. We gotta go to Calipat, and then we gotta go to the hot springs to get the bath time, public bath time. That sucks. It'd be nice if they had them little things like had separated little um, little pools or something like they do at the spas. But what in the world? Oh man, they arguing already. Oh, that's the guy on the motorcycle yelling. Hey, Miss Deborah. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, Miss Deborah. Um, my cousin, he's trying to get started on his YouTube channel. He needs 50 subscribers in order to start doing live streams. He's well worth a watch. He's funny as hell. But anyway, he's one that I don't know, he gets into conspiracy theories and stuff like that, especially when it's like right now he's working on all the things with the mobs and stuff that come in and out of carnivals and our family ties to him, which I really wish he wouldn't dig up stuff like that, but he is anyway. But anyhow, how do I get to post his channel on here? I mean, moderators, I think, can do that. I guess I could get Joyce to do it too. But it's that Christopher Lambert 2442, or was it? I don't know now. But anyway, the channel that was on the split screen with me, cousin Chris. I want to see if we can get. Yeah, the Chris Lambert. But I don't know what the numbers is. 24, 20. But anyway, I wanted to get it where you can put the link up there. So you can put the link up in the chat so people can click on it and give him more subscribers. You need the channel link in order to. Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't remember exactly what it was. I tell you what, if I'll okay. Let's see. He's got a video posted. I tell you what, I'll grab his video, and I will send it to both of you, Joyce and Deborah. I'll send it to y'all, and on Messenger or something, and figure out if we can pull his link off of that, and then be able to put it up there. You can put it on your clipboard or whatever that's called in there. You keep getting the actor. Yeah. He ought to capitalize on that. Use that. No, he can't. Don't he? Does he play guitar? No. Hey, my buddies brought me. My buddies brought me some stuff. We got extra blankets and extra sheets and stuff like that. But he brought me. We're talking about guitars now. He brought me a really nice looking guitar. Yeah, remind me and I'll show y'all. It comes with a little bitty amplifier that is Bluetooth. I mean, that is rechargeable. I think it's Bluetooth too. But anyway, you plug the cord into it, and then you got your amplifier, your speaker, everything. It's just a little rechargeable box that you hang on your belt or something if you're if you're out playing like somewhere. I thought it was cool. I really want to learn it. I've been wanting to learn it. I buy guitars all the time. I usually always have a guitar. I got a little miniature one, but I never learned more than a couple little rhythms, and that's it. But no, I don't believe he plays guitar. Oh. Yeah, if I could pull it up, I would, but I can't pull it up while I'm live streaming. I need to get off here anyway. I'm gonna send y'all. Oh, here you go. Ah, there you go. All right. Well, use that when we get a bunch of people in there, because I think me and him's gonna do a collab video later on today. If I'm not busy, I'm fixing to go and see if there's anything I can get myself into. But if I don't find anything, we're gonna do a video this afternoon. Because he's stuck home. He's got some messed up on his arm, really bad, and he can't do it. They've got to have surgery and stuff, so he's out of commission right now. He's bored. So anyway, love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. We'll see y'all later on. Stay tuned for I don't know, reminiscing with cousin Chris or whatever, something like that. All right. Much love. God bless.